live streaming and eagerly look forward to Principal Sir's address.
Bonjour. Good morning. Greetings from the Future Foundation School to all our lovely children, our teachers and our parents on this very auspicious occasion when the nation completes 73 years of its independent existence and Sri Aurobindo completes 148 years. Dominated by none. This is a nation, good, bad, and ugly, or ugly, that we choose to make. May I pray on behalf of all of you that indeed the nation may fully mirror our aspirations, our prayers. In this period, we have consecrated our entire time and attention to understanding Sri Aurobindo and understanding India. And there have been lovely interludes there. We have seen documentaries, we have seen performances, all of which are of excellent quality, in many of which our students and teachers have been deeply involved. I will take this little time today to remind all of us that in a year from now, when we stand with flags, we would be on the threshold of the 150th birth anniversary of Sri Aurobindo and the 75th Jubilee on what you dream of India and how you can contribute to making India the chosen land of the third millennium. That is my little home task for you. In doing that, let me give you a few tips from my own life. Maybe when you come to my age, you will be able to modify it according to your experiences. And I'll share with you in very practical terms what I have learned and picked up from Sri Aurobindo. Firstly, I went through an immersion program at the age of 12, and it lasted not days, but for a considerably long time. The English that I speak today comes from my school where I went to, but very largely from my reading of Sri Aurobindo's works. Debater in school, and thereafter in my corporate life, I had to make a lot of presentations. I learned from Sri Aurobindo how to argue from two absolutely contradictory polarities, argue vehemently, and then endeavor to synthesize both points of view in a larger, greater, more synthesized reality. And that is important because ultimately in real life, when there are two opposite polarities, you have to reconcile and come up with a larger view that encompasses both. It is not a question only of give and take. It is rising to a slightly higher consciousness that reconciliation becomes possible. These are two practical takeaways that I have from the work and the life of Sri Aurobindo. The third thing is what I tried to imbibe, I don't say I tried, I used to be employed in a permanent job in Europe in my late 20s. But I literally followed Sri Aurobindo's address to the National College students, and I chose to come back to serve my motherland. To this date, if I look at the right and the wrong of that decision, I can only refer back to what Sri Aurobindo said, and I'll exhort you to read him to understand, because here is a man who worshipped his country like his mother. However, nationalism can be jingoistic. Nationalism can be blinding. And thanks to Sri Aurobindo, I was able to acquire a local outlook. What does that mean? An outlook that is at once global and local, that relies on one's own heritage, one's own values, and be eager to understand and pick up and imbibe from elsewhere. Because, to be very honest, it is the diversity of the world's civilization and culture that gives it strength. My ultimate takeaway has been acquiring a perspective of life which gives it meaning. Why do I talk about that today? We are in the middle of a pandemic which is at once throwing us into despair, frustration, and sometimes, for some, into deep depression. The only way out is if one knows that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Sri Aurobindo provides not only the hope, but the certitude that the world will survive and we will see a brighter, nobler tomorrow. Not just by complaining, why is it like this? But by collaborating with the cosmic will and desiring with all one's might and all one's consciousness to rise above the obscurities, the falsehood, the jealousies, the selfishness, internecine rivalry that plagues all of us, and rise higher, greater, so that the world may live and this planet may survive. It is this message that I would like to leave with all of you. We are blessed. We have come to work and to study here. What we gain from here is not functional knowledge only. We gain the wherewithal of being what we were meant to be, to rise to the pinnacle of what we can ultimately achieve. Good morning. Victoire à la douce mère. Victoire à la douce mère. Victoire à la douce mère. Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram. Om Shri Aurobindo Sharanam Nama. Om Shri Aurobindo Sharanam Nama. Shri Meera Aurobindo Sharanam Nama.
Thank you so much, sir.
We request everyone to move towards the hall of light, the last part of the program.